There is a new development tonight in Major League Soccer's investigation of the Portland Timbers and how the team dealt with domestic violence allegations against one of their players.
Back in May, deputies along with a Timbers representative showed up at a home in Beaverton of Andy Polo and his partner. The Washington County Sheriff's Office says the Timbers employee told deputies that he would make sure things stayed peaceful there at the home.
In the end, Polo was only cited with harassment. He kept his job, and none of this became public. Then, last month, new allegations of domestic violence came to light, and the Timbers fired Polo. As Fox 12's Marilyn Deutsch reports, we've learned that Polo's estranged wife just spoke to MLS investigators about what she believes is an attempt by Timbers management to keep her from pressing charges.
In a Zoom call last night, Genesis Alarcon, according to her attorney, told an investigator for Major League Soccer that 2 weeks after the domestic violence incident in May, the Timbers sent 2 people to her house to talk to her. Alarcon is now in Peru. Her attorney is here in the Portland area, and he was on last night's Zoom call. He tells us what Alarcon says happened in June.
For whatever reason, the Timbers sent the head of security and some sort of a fixer-type attorney to come back out to my client's residence a few weeks later, and there was discussions that she'd be taken care of, and also discussions about not reporting the incident any further to law enforcement and not pressing charges against the player.
How explicit was it?
From what I can tell, they worded their language very carefully, as fixer-type lawyers often do.
We reached out to the Timbers about this latest allegation. They categorically denied pressuring Alarcon. Quote, while the Timbers offered support to Mr. Polo, Ms. Alarcon, and their children during a difficult time, there was never any suggestion, expressly or implicitly, that the support was offered in exchange for consideration by Ms. Alarcon. The Timbers would never condone or participate in such conduct. And as far as we can tell, there is nothing in writing.
There was no report that it was an express offer. There's no report that they asked her to sign some sort of a contract or make up a legal agreement not to bring charges in exchange for help. But that was certainly the implication that was understood by my client.
Fuller also admits that it's possible there was something lost in translation. Genesis Alarcon is not an English speaker. But Fuller is glad the MLS is investigating the Timbers' response to the domestic violence case. He is also representing her in a federal case against Polo. And interestingly enough, he tells us his client never intended to press charges because she did not want to involve her children. The sheriff's report says they were in the house when Polo grabbed her. We've also reached out to Major League Soccer concerning its investigation, but have not heard back yet. In Portland, Marilyn Deutsch, Fox 12 Oregon.